What's up guys, Henry NWR for you here with a new video for you today. Today we can see we had the new Thomas line, Thomas and Friends Adventures in front of us. And yes, we have a bunch of stuff to look at. Now then, I could have gotten one engine and done one review. I could have gotten a few and done separate reviews, but I'm going to try to do this all in one review. I don't know how that's going to turn out, because I don't know if there's time limit on YouTube or something like that, but we're going to at least try to do this in one review. It might be split up into parts, I don't know yet, but I want to give the whole entire range a fair and honest review with all the different engines I could find. All these I found at Target, and these were all the different ones they had at my local Target. We have the Shark Escape set, besides the standalone Thomas, because we get a normal Thomas right there, and so I didn't want to spend extra money on that. We also get a Talking Thomas, a Talking James, Connor, Caitlin, Flynn, James, Ivan, Timothy, and Percy. So I will see you back when we come to look at our first engine. Now then, let's start off this review with a classic, Percy, the small engine. Percy has always been a favorite of mine, and I'm so happy to have this. First off, while we take a look at the packaging, let's actually talk about the packaging. Now then, this packaging on camera really does look very cheap, and on the internet, it does look very cheap. It looks like dollar store packaging. I'm just going to be straight honest with you. It looks terrible. But in person, this actually does look a lot better. Now, do I believe this is the best packaging we've ever seen? No. But I do believe it does look better in person. And it's really weird because it's hard to tell, but it's more sturdy and put together. Because it looks like it's just like flimsy cardboard, but it's not. It's a little bit thicker cardboard than I thought. It just looks better in person. It's hard to explain, but the presentation of it just appears better when you see it for yourself. And so, yeah, I just don't understand the whole entire design on the left here. I really do feel like they should figure that out. But anyway, let's go ahead and get Percy open. We'll try to do this in one hand. This is going to be difficult now. So, bear with me, like a woolly bear. See what I did there? Oh, dear. But yeah, I've really been wanting to give this range a chance because it seems like it's gotten a lot of negativity already just because of the coupling hooks. And yes, it does suck that Take and Play it's not going to be here anymore. And it's being replaced by something new. But I feel like we should give the new range a fair shot before we completely hate on it. Alright, let's throw that to the side. And here is Percy. His buffers are not painted, sadly. But I don't think the Take and Play models were actually painting their buffers. What's really good about this is that Take and Play had been using those giant magnets here recently. But now we don't have to worry about that. And we just have small coupling hooks that look a little bit more realistic. One thing that does stink is that the whistle right there is made, but it's not painted. The domes are painted only on the solid tops as well. See a little bit of green within the coal. A little bit odd. Alright, one thing I want to see with these couplings. These couplings are made of plastic, as you can tell. But I feel like you can turn them. Besides, and you can! Okay, that changes the game. One thing I did not like about the newer Take and Play models is because they had the wooden railway style magnets where it was like north on one side, south on the other. These couplings are like the Erdl trains, but they can actually turn completely from the side to vertical. They're just really stiff. So I honestly believe so far I might like these couplings better, not better than the original Take-Along couplings, but better than the modern day Take and Play couplings that we had. But we have to unbox some more to actually get the full feel for that, as we'll move on to the next engine. Alright, as we go for the next one, we're going to open up Connor, our first Tinder engine to be open. As we know, Connor is a newer engine who's been introduced since King of the Railway. I apologize, I don't know why, but my camera cut out. But either way, I do like the CGI promo of Connor on the right. I do believe all the CGI promos look good on these engines so far. We're trying to get him open with one hand, and we got it! Hooray! I'll throw his trash to the side and look at Connor himself. Let's unhook him real quick. pull them apart. There we go. Here's Connor. Does look very nice indeed. He has a lot of metal on him too, which is a very positive thing. He does look very nice, and he does look very smooth and well-rounded in all his features. Unfortunately, they didn't get the wheels correct, and they did black circles on the chassis for the wheels he doesn't have, but I guess that's better. I mean, Take and Play was already doing that, so... And then same thing, we have these smaller tenders like Take and Play has started to do. I really do not like these smaller tenders. They just look really terrible proportion-wise. And I really do believe this should be changed on the tender engines later down the line, or in future. And hopefully that we might see that eventually. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's probably a little too far past. Either way, you can just turn the couplings. This one will have going vertical, and then Connor's will have going to the side. There we go. And we'll push the two together. Oh dear. There we go. Honestly, I really like this coupling system. I really do think it's nice. It's an improvement on the old Ertl system it reminds me of. But now that we have two engines out, we have to move on to a few more. Alright everyone, let's look at our favorite Sodertrina Clayworks new engine named Timothy. Timothy is really cool. He's an oil burning engine. Again, the packaging with his promo picture looks very nice, but the other side, not so much. Anyway, let's get Timothy out of the box here. It'd be cool if we see Bill and Ben in the future, so that way we can have Timothy trying to control them. But until then, we just have poor old Timothy here. Another thing is, well, I'll save that for later, actually. Alright, we got Timothy out of the box now. Throw his packaging to the side, and here he is. Now then, his front is very blue indeed, but he does look very nice. He has some details inside his cab, which is very nice to see and very welcomed, honestly. And he has a lot of riveting detail and just nice looking detail along the side that just isn't painted in, sadly. This would focus, that would be nice. There we go. Look at that though, that does look very nice actually. His lamp, I do wish that was painted in though, and as well as the front just seems way too blue, and I know it's not like that. His buffers aren't painted in, of course. But yeah, that's Timothy. It looks very nice. He's a very nice short engine, and he is shorter than Percy, by the way. So yeah. Alright, now that we've gotten a decent amount of the normal engines unboxed, let's actually take a look at one of the talking engines. Now, this is Space Mission Thomas, and something that is very weird of this new range is all of it is based on the miniseries, which you'll see throughout the box, called YouTube Kids. See Thomas and Friends Adventure Shorts on your YouTube's Kids app. Now then, this is a new thing that just started, like last week I think it is, when the official channel actually released it. It was leaked before, but it was based on the Shark Escape set. Now then, they're basing this whole entire range around a little app thing, or a little app series for YouTube, anyway, or a little YouTube series, which are very well put together, but they're based around Thomas's dreams and imagination, and the whole entire thing is to get you thinking in an imagination way. But so far, every single thing that are not the normal engines are based around something that we have never seen in the TV show or in the actual, like, Thomas universe, really. Except for one, which is the Misty Island zipline, which I don't even think is out yet, honestly. Because it seems like they're doing this in sections. I feel like this, because this is all... On the back of the box, you will see all the engines that I have here for every single one. And I really do believe, except for the set, and I really do believe that they are starting this out slow and pushing all these engines out first, and then they're going to hit more and more as the year goes on. I don't know how this is going to work, but I really do believe that once you base it around a little app series, which is based around imagination, I don't believe that's a terrible thing to do, and I feel like that is a fun thing to do, and we can get some fun products out of it. But we can't lose sight of our base. We can't forget Tidmouth Sheds, Knapford Station, Brindham Docks, iconic locations that you see everywhere. Even then in short, you had Tidmouth Sheds and Brindham Docks. But that's enough ranting for about right now, but either way, what I mean from this is that we need to see some of these iconic locations being made so we can actually have something to tie in to the actual show. I apologize, I had to go get the phone, but either way, enough ranting. Let's take a look at Space Mission Thomas. Oh dear, this might be difficult with one hand. Oh no, we got it. This looks like a very interesting piece, I must say. And I think, if I remember right, they are making Stanley in space too. So that means we can have 2 engines to go to space with, which is actually cool because you see it just felt like Stanley was the only one. But now that we can have a Thomas too, I feel like that makes it more fun. We got the 2 pair go up together. And I feel like that would work very nicely indeed. Anyway, there we go. Let's actually take a look at this, because this is the first piece of rolling stock we have. And the only one we have today. We have a special jet engine load, and the turbine was actually giving off heat right in the back of Thomas, so that's always good. This is made in completely of plastic. Does the thing say? Let's see. I don't think they do. I don't think these... Yeah, I don't think they turn. That or they are very, very stiff indeed. But not that bad. Not that big of a deal. Either way, Thomas has a bunch of phrases, and the space shield head is removable. I can get a good grip. There we go. Snap it off. Same thing as it was in Take and Play. There's Thomas. He has a little light too. Unfortunately, Thomas's dome is just now a bump, which is weird, and his whistle is being painted. I really do believe that's a very iconic part of Thomas, and I feel like that should be painted at least. And his buffers are not painted as well.
Next stop, the moon. 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
I imagine all these quotes are probably from the same short of the Thomas Space Adventure, Moon Adventure, I mean.
Where to next? Thomas to Sodor. Come in, Sodor. Floating fireboxes. 0 gravity. Next stop, Mars.
Either way, he says quite a few different phrases, and it's very nice to see. This is a very odd piece, honestly, and I do think this is a interesting, fun little piece if you're not taking your Thomas collection too ultra seriously, but enjoy the range as well.